goes by so fast, and every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the AMD Presents the Esports Club Showdown. Valorant in association with Red Bull. It's going to be your boy Aggressive, joined by none other than the universe himself. We are now back once again on the hot seat already. Because, hey, the games are just getting hotter and hotter. Because here, if you are at the Esports Club, if you're at the AMD Presents the Esports Club Showdown Valorant, you know for a fact that the action just never stops. Yesterday, 2 banger sets of games. And today, we got an even bigger banger for you. So let's head on down over towards the brackets to see exactly which teams are going to be playing. Because, honestly speaking, man, yesterday, roller coaster of emotions. Just constant ups and downs all over the place. Velocity, they had their own match against LVR, and then there was a match of Bleed Esports versus Enigma. Both of the Southeast Asian Tyrants just took down the opposition in a very quick succession, 2-0. But now there's going to be another fun game happening right here and right now. Paper Rex versus Team Exploit. I'm really excited for this one, dude, because we've been waiting for something like this for a while.
Yeah, I think that this is going to be an absolute tyrant of a match. As like you said, these are two teams that I think we would have wanted to see go against each other multiple times before, but we never really got the chance because, well, for obvious reasons, they play in two completely different regions. And now, thanks to the tournament that we have at hand, we have got an amazing opportunity to see how exactly Paper X are going to be facing off against the side of the famed Team Exploit. They beat E2S in a 2-0 fashion, and that is something that they should be proud of. But now they face off against one of the biggest teams in the Southeast Asian region, and not just Southeast Asian region, one of the biggest teams in the world. PRX have made their way into the AMD Showdown, and this is going to be a hell of a game.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. You know why as well, because right off the get-go, we know for a fact that Paper Rex, they are an absolute crushing quantity. If they are standing on top of you, there is nothing that you can do about it. They're going to crush you down and they're going to hold you in place. They're not going to let you move. So Team Exploit, they need to figure out a strategy so they can keep the side of Paper Rex in check and keep them on their toes, because one small mishap, one small misplay is going to cost you this entire game. Because Paper Risk as a team, when the snowball effect starts, they will not give up on it for even a second. And hey, as we're talking about the teams, we got to head on down over to their team intros now, don't we? So let's start it up with the first initial team intro for the side of Paper Rex. And Universe, I think that you really do want to introduce this squad. But at the same time, do they really need an introduction? They have been on the international scene multiple times over and over again, taking down all of the other squads as well, going up against the tyrants of NA, EU, even the EMEA. Everything's there. these guys have done it all, and now here at the showdown, they're showcasing to us exactly why they're the tyrants of this entire scene.
Indeed. Paper X are one of the biggest teams in the world. We all know it. All these players, well, to be honest, they don't really need any introduction, but this is their first match in the TC Showdown. So it only is customary that we give them the welcome that they deserve. Shiba, Mind Freak, Forsaken, Benkai, Jing, and Divai. All of these players have been seen before, competing casually just here and there with, teams like Sentinels, Liquid, Fnatic, yeah, just here and there. They just, had a small little stint. Nothing too big. They beat a couple of them as well. And now they're here to show their prowess. And honestly, this is a team that I believe that, they are going to be putting the stamp of the SEA region onto the world in terms of how Valorant has been seen in its existence so far. And PaperX definitely is going to be a big problem to any team that's going to be facing them off in this tournament. Be it Exploit, be it Velocity, be it Global Esports, or any other team that's looking to, upset the Tyrants, it's going to be difficult. And especially Team Exploit, as their team intro has come up, we're going to have to wait and see how it's going to end up for them. Now, Garrison, I want you to tell me, what are your thoughts about this team?
Team Exploit, they are the best team in Pakistan for a reason. They have showcased their worth multiple times over and over again. Yes, they have not been to the international scene as you would have hoped for, but still, they've been making quite a lot of strides, and they have the potential to be an incredible roster, especially on the back of this one player known as Shooter. Shooter is an absolute god, just like Forsaken from the side of Paper X. We can look at Shooter to be the one to try and lift up Team Exploit to get their spirits in position so that, okay, they're like, okay, boys, huddle. I know we're going up against Paper X. I know we're going up against one of the best teams in Southeast Asia, but what do we have that they don't? We have the element of surprise, because think of it like this. Paper X, yes, they're an incredible roster. They know for the fact that they're the better team here, but are they going to be overconfident at all going up against Team Exploit? Because overconfidence could be the thing that they need to push Paper X over the edge. I always tell you this, Valorant is a mental game. It's just not about, okay, who has the better maps, who has the better aim. If your mentality is not in the right position, if you at one point just underestimate your opponents, that's the small ticket, that's a small little window that they need to just sweep you off your feet and take you out in that game and send you down over to the next map. So Paper X, they need to be on their toes, because the unknown quantity that is Team Exploit, because I'm very sure that they haven't scrimmed each other as much as you would have thought. So it's just shrouded in mystery how both of these teams are going to be playing against one another. But hey, do you know what is not going to be shrouded in mystery? It's going to be the map Vito screen. So let's head on down over there, see exactly where we're going to be headed for this matchup, because in my eyes, the maps are super important. Because I have given you the notes here, Universe, as well. The first initial map being Ascent, being picked up by the members of Team Exploit, it's really smart. Ascent is one of the weakest maps. They have a really low win rate on Ascent.
Yeah, that is true. Ascent has not really been that great for the side of Paper X. They try to avoid it as actively as possible, but it looks like they've let it slip by in the banning process of maybe getting Fracture out of the way and having see what exactly is, going to be favoring them elsewhere. That's exactly why we can see them put up Icebox, because I'm pretty sure Breeze was banned by the side of Exploit to not let them, because that is the best map of Paper X, and Icebox is their second best. Now, even if we consider this, best, second best maps, it's gonna matter only until a certain point, because it all comes down to how exactly we see one team perform their best. Because if somehow the side of Exploit come up with a strategy to beat Paper X even on Icebox, which happens to be one of their best maps, like we said, the defense on Icebox of Paper X is really impeccable.
Dude.
Yeah, it's impeccable. And the only way that Exploit even can, make a difference of sorts, on Icebox is only if they win an Ascent. Because Ascent needs to be picked up by them in a must-win fashion. If they don't get Ascent, well, they might as well even forget about Icebox, because Ascent, if the side of Paper X win out their weakest map today, there's no way we're gonna see Exploit pick out Icebox, which is one of Paper X's strongest maps.
Send is not really their forte. I would say statistically, we have seen Exploit perform well on the map, but it's nothing to write home about. It's very even going in for a 51-49 split when it comes down to them winning and losing out on the defensive and attacking side. So it's a very balanced map for them, but they have picked up this map because it's really unbalanced for the side of Paper Rex. They're hoping to catch them by surprise. They're hoping to take this as the best map that they can possibly go in for, because Bind is no longer here in the Forte now, is it? Bind not being here basically causes a lot of problems already because, okay, we know what Team Exploit are like on the map of Bind. They're very meticulous. They like to go in for very short, aggressive pushes. Sometimes they just overcommit. Sometimes they just catch their opponents by surprise. Bind is a very puggish map, and that would have given them an advantage. But against Paper Rex, a very experienced roster, you cannot really rely on that. You need to think outside of the book. You need to be a step above the rest to try and bring it all back for yourselves. So
True.
Ascent, I really am hoping that Team Exploit, they play a little bit more for the mid control, because the thing is, if you have mid control, you can play very unpredictably. You're not going to be rushing on down over into B. You're not going to be rushing on down over into A. It's not just about the A short rushes. It's about causing a lot of pressure, going into their spawn pretty much, and just sitting there and being an absolute nuisance. And then Paper Rex, they're going to be really uncomfortable. They need to invest a lot of resources on towards that mid side, making their defensive side holds a lot more weaker. These are the small things that Team Exploit need to rely on. It's just fundamental Valorant that needs to be played flawlessly if Paper Rex are going to get taken down by Team Exploit. Because why are we saying this constantly over and over again? Because Paper Rex, they are the better squads on paper. Like, they're literally on paper. But that's the thing. Team Exploit, they need to be a step above the rest. They're the underdogs of this story. And hey, we are all rooting for the underdogs now, aren't we not?
Yeah, that is true. The one of the major things is that they are playing from two completely different regions, far
Ooh,
apart,
yes.
and that might just add a little bit of a spicy affair between these two teams because we all know that if you have this thing where you are facing off a team like Paper X, you want everything to be to your advantage, right? You want everything to be at least on the basis of ground, but because the side of TE are from Pakistan and we have the side of Paper X from Singapore, that causes a little bit of a rift in terms of how far the regions connect to the server, right? Now that all we all know that as ping. I know ping is always something that people are going to be talking about, and I know that it's something that people will say, okay, you know what, they could have done this if this was not there. This was done. This was there if this was there. It is what it is. That is just how competitions work. It's just how they're meant to be played. We can't really make excuses for it. They just have to play their best, and I really hope that it doesn't make a difference for them, for TE especially when they're playing, because this is probably going to be played on the Singapore server, and that should put in a lot of things into consideration, that the side of TE need to play this a little bit more meticulously than they did any other game, because they have taken their first stride on towards the upper brackets, which Enigma did, but they lost out.
Yeah.
Velocity have lost out. Global Esports, they have their match tomorrow, but we don't know how they're going to face off against Alter Ego. And that is just step by step process where every single time there's just something or the other that we need to consider. How exactly is it that we stand, or our neighbor stands in respect to the competition that this is providing us right now, right? This gives us a chance not only to see what we saw back in the day of VCC, when VCC was still going on. We
Yep.
knew that, okay, you know what, Global Esports from the they qualified from the SA region. They went to the APAC LCQ.
Yep.
They won against Dam1, but they lost out against Paper X. They went straight down yet again to lose against another team, which, got a little too hard for them. Now that
Yeah.
we move in the agent selection screen, let's not waste any more time. Let's see how they're going to perform. Here is TE versus the side of Paper X coming up for you, ladies and gentlemen. And the agent selection is, well, as important as we all know. We know that these
Yep.
players love playing, a certain type of comp, and I think that PRX are probably looking for something that they would want to do in terms of a double duelist. I think that's what they're going for.
Yep.
I know that Jing loves to play that Reina, and he's going for it. I can see right now. Forsakens with the Jet, as you would expect. Benkai has locked in that Killjoy. Divide with that Sova, and we have Mind Freak on the Astro. On the other side of things, we have a
He's a
single
mind freak.
duelist.
It's a single duelist being picked up from there, and then with all of these different factors coming into play, we can already see that Team Exploit, they're going in for much more of a double initiator based composition, while we are seeing the much more tried and true. I don't know if it's a tried and true thing anymore, your universe, because we haven't seen double duelists on the map of Ascent in a pretty long time, but I kind of understand why they're going in for this as well. They want the firepower. They just want to brute force their way inside of the site. They have the aim. They are very confident here, and that's why this confidence could just give them that little bit of an edge to push themselves forward just a little bit more with all of these different factors on Paper Rex's side already. They are looking quite strong. You can see that they're jumping around, they're flying around, they're just feeling themselves, but for Team Exploit, they're sweating. They're here in this position, they're breathing. It's not going to be as controlled as you would have hoped for now, is it? Because every single disadvantage is now stacked against them. Let's just see what happens. I don't know, man.
Yeah, it is. This is definitely going to be a difficult one for Team Exploit, not just in terms of skill, but also in terms of technicality. Everything stacked against them at this point. I really hope that somehow, some way, they give us a much more of a convincing performance that would just, goes out to everybody and says, you know what, ping doesn't matter. Ping doesn't matter. It's all about how we work as a team, how we perform individually. I know those 1v1s are going to be really difficult, but hey, at the same time, we know a couple of instances where the higher ping can actually be used as a point of advantage. And we call that as the peakers advantage, right? So sometimes
Zentaris peaks.
Zentaris peaks indeed. That could be coming into play today if TE know how to exploit it to the best of their abilities. And
no pun intended.
No pun intended indeed. Yep. They need to exploit everything that they possibly can. Otherwise, this is going to be a reminiscent of what we saw PaperX versus Global Esports back in the APAC LCQ. And I really hope that doesn't be the case, because that was honestly, that was a really shocking game. Did not expect that to happen the way it did. And I really hope that TE, they go ahead and put up a much strong performance than anybody would expect that they would do on whatever ping they get it is today, right? We're going to be heading into the match really soon, ladies and gentlemen. Do not worry. Just a small little technical issue that we are sorting out as aggressive. I just want to know, what do you think the first half score might be according to you?
I'm not going to make any sort of predictions, because for a fact that whenever I start predicting, things just start going horribly wrong in a matter of 2 seconds. What I am going to be predicting is that you guys are scanning this QR code right below me. Just scan this QR code, get yourself a can of Red Bull. I can't even see it properly. This QR code right below me right here. Scan it, get yourself a can of Red Bull, get yourself energized, get yourself prepped up and ready, because you got to remember, with all of these teams already done and pumped up, they're getting their own cans of Red Bull by scanning this QR code. They're getting themselves hyped. They're getting themselves ready, because the matches are just going to get better and better moving on down the line as we go deeper into the showdown. And now that we are already here taking on a very high-profile game, is the fun going to start? That's what you were really waiting for now, as non. And as you're going to be scanning that QR code, make sure to check the links down below in the description from the side of AMD if you want to get yourself a processor. We got you covered. We got really good deals. We got really good bargains from there. And the Esports Club, we always got you covered. We make sure that you are really entertained when it comes down to the games. And also, you don't break your bank whenever you do go down for an upgrade for your next big tournaments if you guys want to play. But for now, do you know who's going to be playing? PaperX going up against the side of Team Exploit, the best team in Southeast Asia versus the best team in Pakistan. It's time to hoist up that flag and showcase your patriotism.
Well, let's see how far the flags are going to be flying and who's going to be taking the upper end here, as TE start off on attack and they are looking towards mid. They want to exploit this as Tavai. He holds up his shock dart but is waiting for any sort of peek that he can find. Shooter has crawled in towards mid and he finds the market door shut early on. And even though the side of PaperX are really A-okay with giving away mid, short will be a problem. HSB spots out the shoulder, still finds the kill onto Jing. It's going to give them an advantage. He runs in towards short. This is a fake being sold. I should believe so. But Forsaken, he eats up 2. HSB and King both go down, and Benkai and Mind Freak are going to finish up Soulmate and Shooter. And that's going to leave just one man standing, and that's Shaka. And he's towards A main, hoping that he can find at least 1 kill at the bare minimum. Not going to be the case. PRX lead with the first pistol.
It's gonna be a really big problem. That pistol round just went from a 0 to 100 in a matter of 2 seconds, and poor old Exploit, they were just not able to find it at all. Forsaken, he just peeks out and immediately domes 2 people without even showing them a little bit of mercy. But it's okay. Just take it slow, just take it steady. First initial round, it's alright. Moving on down over into this one, they need to bring it on back just a little bit. Just try and go in for that spike plant. That's the only thing that they require, but are they going to be able to get it? That's the real question.
They are baiting them out towards A main. Jing is not falling for it. He knows there's probably one above. And okay, the awareness to have that kill that happened there is just so good. He knew exactly when to fire up. Shooter might have found 1 kill on the other side of the map, but his teammates are falling apart here.
Oh, no.
King is going to find just the 1, and that's going to be a 2-weapon down by the side of TE on Paper X, but Paper X is not going to be deterred by that. They're going to be A-okay. As Forsaken, well, he picks up a weapon that we've been waiting to see on him for a while now, and he is going to be showcasing it towards A, short, so that he can pick up towards B-Link, and this is going to be interesting.
The way that they're taking these engagements already, it feels as though Paper X, they just have way too much confidence for their own good. Swinging out, taking fights, and hey, if you're feeling yourselves, then what am I to judge? Just go in for these fights, take the engagements that you really want to, and it's gonna be Shaker going in for a couple of his own engagements, but Jing, he just peeks out and just taps Shooter in the forehead. Jing's gonna be good for a second, and Jing's just going in, man. He's just popping those heads like it's nobody's business. He's making it all work, and Benkai, he does get tagged out of really low levels of HP, but Jing, he's just waiting here on towards the side of A short, and he's just doming people. He's not giving up a single bit of space. This Reina is just feasting on their souls. The device is gonna be the one to feast on the soul of Soulmate. And now it's poor old Shaker, all by himself. Maybe good for 1. That's not gonna happen. Forsaken swings out with that operator and just puts a bullet into his body. Insult to injury, they would say. 3-0, and Paper Rex, they're looking quite strong.
They most certainly are. They've started off on the easier foot, and you can see these players are having a comfortable time so far on Ascent, even though this is their weakest map. A 3-0 start is only going to give them a little bit more now, as the 4th round looks almost inevitable. Eco for the side of TE, they're struggling already, and this is something that is going to be a little bit of a problem. Now that we are moving in towards the 4th round, Jing is not giving up on his aggression. It's going to be spotted at close up, and what a shot by Shaka.
Good shot.
A beautiful one, but Mind Freak takes down 2 of his own. Forsaken adds up to that tally, and Paper Rex are just holding down the lines as another cleanup comes in. 4-0, and they're picking up even the pistols. They're not leaving anything to chance here. The amount of economy that's already built up for the side of PRX is absolutely crazy, and they're just on a roll right now. It doesn't matter if they lose 1 player or 2 players or even 3. The side of TE, well, they're not gonna have a great time.
Just look at their faces. They're cool, calm, collected. They have nothing to really worry about. These calves show it all. They're just like, hey, it's fine, man. Nothing to really worry about. I'm gonna take these fights and I'm gonna showcase to the entire world why we're known as Paper Rex. And now Forsaken.
Oh boy.
A little bit too close for comfort. He nearly did get caught out, but Forsaken, he dodges out. No. Oh no, he's gonna miss the shot, but he's still gonna need to get out of here really quickly. Shots were gonna be taken, but he's still gonna be the one to survive. Shock darts raining on in as well. Doesn't really get a lot of value, but some information being given away, but a lot of resources.
Oh my god.
Oh, Forsaken.
What a shot.
Threads that needle so beautifully and just slaps Shooter in the forehead with it. Operator, better one for him. Double kill. But HSV, he's gonna be the one to finally get that trade and shut down the demon.
3 versus 3 Exploit still have a good chance of pulling this one out.
Bot coming back.
And Soulmate, if he picks up that ult orb and a kill onto Devi, he will get the ultimate. Or he gets the kill onto the other Killjoy, Benkai, who is sitting towards
Got your trail.
defender side spawn. And here come on the Seekers. This is going to be interesting. Devi's been spotted out, and Benkai's found HSB. And that's a problem, because he just sprayed him through straight on
30
across that
seconds
smoke. And it's a battle of the turrets now. Soulmate stuck in that corner. Time's running out, and Shaka and Soulmate need to find something. They're crawling past a couple of spaces here, and Soulmate, he's found one. Needs to find more, but the reload comes in. Time's really far down gone, and there's nothing they can do. Benkai shuts it up, and all they needed was to be a little patient, Paper X, and it rewards them with another round win. 5-0, and things are already looking so dicey here, Aggressive.
It's difficult. It really is. How much more can you do to try and bring this one back? It feels as though the side of Exploit, they're really afraid to take these gunfights, and rightfully so, because if Forsaken is hitting shots like that, timing his bullets so accurately, just walk into his crosshair and they're already dead. This man has a reaction time, a literal god, to make this all work. But now, Paper X, they're looking for a little bit of more fun. Jing, he wants to go in for this engagement all by himself. He just does not care. Pre-fires are going to be good. Headshot angle, but King, he gets him with the spam.
Get out of my
That
way.
really should not have happened, but Forsaken, he's going to be the difference maker. He's already got that first initial kill, and now he's hungry for more. Blade Storm's out, and now he's running up. Here comes the dash. Here comes the updraft. Shots are not going to be good, but it's completely fine. Nothing to really worry about.
Oh
He has a
my
vandal to
God.
finish everything off at the very least. And hey, triple kill for him. If it works, don't fix it.
Indeed.
Here.
If it's not broken, there's no reason to fix it. And you can see these guys, they're having such a, calm time. They are not having any problems at all. Paper X are cruising through this right now. And you can see their coach, he's just enjoying the moment.
Here.
Paper X, they are 6-0 up, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not quite sure if we expected this, but somewhat along these lines were what we were expecting the dominance to be. And look at Jing.
Oh, no!
What?
Spike.
Jing! Oh my god!
Roll it back again one more time. I gotta see this. Roll it back again.
Yeah, what? That was an ace? Oh, I didn't see that. Hold on, look at this. They just allow him to get
Wait, what?
past. He gets 3, a 4th. Does not even need the Reyna dismissal. He just wants to go straight in. I think that's one of the quickest aces that we've seen in the TEC any tournament so far.
Yeah, I can second that because I've been here since the very beginning. That was such a quick ace. This man just walked in the smoke and he's like, oh, hello there. I
The
heard you would
nerve
walk
to-
into my
and-
domain.
And not to forget, Aggressive, the side of T were on a full buy.
I think that Jing just does not care. Jing's like, oh, I see a couple of heads, I click and Forsaken. He's living the same life as well here. Does get dinged in the head, but he just does not care. Shots are gonna be good, and Jing, he's just so confident, man. Just look at this man's confidence. Crosshair placement on point. Shots are gonna be taken. Won a couple of dodges, but Jing, straight through the Radiant crates, just shuts down another one. And one by one, they're just going in for the kills. They are just trying to finish this off as fast as they possibly can. And Jing, he's a headshot machine. Scream who? I see just Jing.
My word, this might just end up being a quick one here, Aggressive. 8-0, and PRX, way that they've been playing on the sand, it doesn't even look like they're gonna have, this is their weakest map. It almost looks like they're made for this. And, well, as you would expect that something would go down for the side of Paper X, for the side of TE, in terms of what they would expect, okay, you know what, maybe we can finish up the first half at least 9-3 or 8-4.
There.
It doesn't look likely. Jing, yet again,
Oh,
he's
Jing, you're
creeping
playing
up.
They know his shenanigans, but still, finally, they're gonna be the one to shut it down. Shooter, beautiful play from him. He just goes in for the quick scope and just ends it all. Come on, Universe. If one person can take down Jig, it has to be Shooter.
Yeah, Mind Freak has held down the ace head all by himself, and TE are crawling in slowly. He peeks out of that Astra's ultimate. He's gonna find a lot of kills, but they go through it, and he finds a 2K. What? How the hell did he get that?
That is such a beautiful angle. Oh my god. You can't be serious. I've never seen an Astral Divine being used by the defenders like that. What? Mind Freak, what was that Astral Divine?
Soulmate got a little ambitious. He wanted the kills, but he did not wait for his turret to make some sounds. As soon as that smoke came in, he just wanted to go for the kill, and Forsaken, the man being who he is, kills both of them, and he's gonna take number 9 for his team and number 14 for his kill feed. 14 and 13, both the duelists of Paper X are just, well, they're a league a part of their own, clearly.
Just, this is not how it was meant to go. We thought this would be a little bit more closer, and at this point, Universe, I think that the cursed scoreline is the only thing that they can hope for. It's either go 9 and 3, go big, or go home. Shots are gonna be good, but maybe in this case, it's just not gonna be as good as you would have hoped for. Shooter, he's walking up through from the side of mid. A little bit of mid control being established, but Shooter, he's not in a good spot. Shots are not gonna hit, but no, Shooter! He gets caught out mid-dash! Forsaken's gonna be an absolute animal! He shuts down 2! He's gonna run on away and actually survive! He's gonna run, he's just gonna go on top! He's gonna get another kill on HSV! And Forsaken! He's just going around and he's just slapping people with this Vandal! Stop, man! Someone take this guy out!
Well, Soulmate's taking out a couple of people, and he wants more, but Forsaken is just gonna take him out.
He's like, Jig, why you do this?
It's like at this point they're just fighting for who they're deciding who's gonna finish up with more kills.
Yeah,
Both Forsaken and Jing are competing with each other, not with TE. It seems like at this point. 10-0 up. My word, I genuinely thought that maybe we I knew that we're gonna see a domination of sorts from the side of PRX, but in this way, something a little bit unexpected. I really thought they will go, a little bit towards the 9-3, maybe 10-2. I can still hope for the 10-2, but the side of TE needs to work together as a team. As Forsaken, somebody stop this guy, please. Thank you, Shooter. He kills him midair. As Benkai is looking for a little bit of redemption himself, finds 2, pretty easy. It was an eco round. That's gonna be number 11. As we are looking up at 12-0, looking inevitable at this point. I don't want it to happen, but Aggressive, it might just.
It is a high possibility. And I don't think there's any way that we can turn this one back now, can we? 12-0 or a 13-0. Could just be on the cards. Looking at the economy as well, it's good. Like, they can make it work, kinda. Shooter's gonna pull out the Blade Storm, but it's gonna be super difficult. Pause timer has been engaged. Little bit of a technical difficulty coming on down through from the side of Team Exploit, but it's just the way that the fights are being taken. I don't know. Team Exploit, they have the idea that they really want to implement, but they're just falling apart because they don't have the confidence. Why did that rhyme? I have no idea, but hey, if it works, it works. So
yeah, most certainly does. Small little tech issue that has come in, and it is from the side of TE. They're trying to fix a couple of things. Now, we're gonna go back straight in really soon. We're just waiting for this to be done and dusted with, and I think Jing, he is going for another riot towards A main, and I don't mean it in the way that the ones who produced this game. It looks like it's gonna be Mind Freak. Picks up 1. He scrolls back, make that 2, a 3rd. He pulls out the classic, but it's not too powerful to face off against these amazing players. Jing cleans up yet
Free
again.
fire, man.
He's got 18 in the first half.
Switching
Forsaken's
sides.
got 19.
Match point.
Anyone else playing?
I'm just gonna ask this because I have to. But Aggressive, do you think a comeback's possible?
Yes. Maybe it is.
You know,
If
I
they
think
just
if they
believe
win the
hard enough.
pistol, yeah, if they fix their issues in terms of how they win out as a team and how they get the pistol, I think I'm gonna just go ahead and say it. If it ends up being 12-1 right now at the end of this pistol round, I'm gonna say it's gonna be 14-12 at the end of it. Let's go. Let's
very
go, Exploit.
ambitious. Very ambitious play from your end, but sure. Analysis, ladies and gentlemen, and hey, Universe might lose his job if it doesn't go correctly for him, but still shooter. Okay, I believe, maybe, but no, never mind. Two players already down, 4 versus 2 situation on the map. You can already see the problems showing up. Then guy's gonna be the one to take down Shaker.
Out of the charges.
In favor Rex, they're looking to close everything out on a 13-0 fashion. Soulmate's gonna be the one to take down Jing at the bare minimum, but Mind Freak, he's in such a good position already that he can just wait here. Gig has no idea. He gets taken out,
Yeah,
and now poor old Soulmate at like, what, 30 HP? He's gonna try and take a reclaim. That's not even gonna happen for him.
Attackers
Wow,
win.
I mean, the first 13-0, the first 13-0 in the TEC Showdown. It's something that I did not expect to happen so quick, but PRX are just so very good with the way that they play. They're just not at this point. It's just they're having a laugh. They are having fun. They have absolutely no problem whatsoever. And you can see it, ladies and gentlemen. This is one of the most dominating matches that we've seen so far. And I don't know what exactly is going to be running through the minds of the players of TE right now. Aggressive, what do you think they need to do? Because now we're heading into Icebox after this. And that is one of, Paper X's stronger maps. This was their weakest, and they hit a 13-0 on their weakest.
I don't know, man. I honestly don't, because Paper Rex, they're just an absolute dominant force when it comes down to their own mechanical skill. Because in a way, this entire game was a showcase of mechanical dominance instead of just strategy. So how do you beat mechanics? You need to play better together as a squad. You need to play for the trades. I always talk about this. Even if a player has the best cracked out aim in the entire world, if your trades and your crossfires are set up beautifully, that player will get taken out. But the thing is, when everyone's an aim star on the side of Paper Rex, what do? You lose out on one player, you go in for that trade. That second player goes in and trades you, and then the third player trades you immediately. And even if your trades are immaculate, it still goes down over to a 2 versus 1 situation, more or less, most of the time. And the 2 versus 1s are not going in the favor of Team Exploit. There's so many problems happening over and over again. Team Exploit, they need a complete mental reset to try and bring themselves back onto the forte once again. We're going to be going into the match highlights soon enough once it gets prepped up and ready. And yeah, the match highlights are ready, so we're going to be heading on down over into that. But that's the thing. It feels like Paper Rex, they just are the better squad when it comes down to their raw mechanical skill. They just have a lot more confidence to work with. Shots were good, yeah. Team Exploit, they were trying, but I didn't see the Team Exploit that we know and love in them today.
Yeah, it just, it wasn't the same. It really had a little bit of, that global esports defeat that came into the APAC LCQ, that Paper X delivered the same scoreline. And now Team Exploit face it. That is going to be a little bit of pain watching this happen. I really hope that Icebox turns out to be a little bit more different, because if Paper X continue to play like this, I don't see anybody stopping them from going to the grand finals, and even God help anybody winning the whole damn thing. Because if Jing can pull out rounds like these, where he gets an ace literally in less than 3 seconds, where he's not afraid of anything,
He goes into a smoke, man. He walks in from the side of A main.
Nobody saw him.
Into a defender side at smoke and then just slaps 5 people without them. Like, he just goes in and he's like, yo, I have something to sell you. And then you're like, wait, aren't you supposed to be outside of my house? And Jing's like, no. Just literally steals everything that they possess and own, and he's like walking away slowly from it. That's how incredible the side of Paper Rex are. They're just deadly assassins, and you can't even read them. The way that they position, the way that they take their fights, just look at them. It's meticulous.
Every single step they take is intricate, and it is so well timed. They know exactly what to do. They know how to work out their attack. Even though it was just a 1 round, they know how to play their defense. Paper X, they're a mean mowing machine that just tears through the opponents like they're a lawnmower, but meant in Valorant, right? And the lawn is their opponents, and they're just flashing through everybody, cutting through them like, they're fresh blades of grass that these people are just like, you know what, I'm gonna take this all for myself. And they just go through anybody and everybody, like they don't even care. Like, you saw it. Forsaken, Jing, they're competing amongst each other. Forget about competing against the other team. They're seeing who can finish up with the most kills. And I don't even know who it was. It was Jing with 19 and Forsaken with 19 as well. Both of them had 38 amongst each other. And on the other side, if you add up all the kills, you probably wouldn't even reach 30. That's how bad it was from the side of TE. And they just, when it's times like these, the only thing I'm going to tell them, wash it off completely. Just forget that the entire situation ever happened. Focus on what's happening next. Take your first step now and see that Icebox has a much better performance showed in than it was in the set. Just throw it out of the box and focus on what's going to happen further on.
Yeah, that's why they're going to need a complete and utter mental reset. Take it slow, take it steady, take a deep breath, huddle up together as a squad and be like, hey, we got this. We don't have anything to worry about just yet. So ladies and gentlemen, we're going to be heading on down over into a short break. But before we do head on down over there, make sure to scan that QR code that's here down below. Get yourself a can of Red Bull, get yourself energized, because I need one. Because it feels as though Team Exploit, they're going to need one as well. So they're going to scan that QR code and use it as well. Check out all the links down below in the description from the side of AMD. We do set up game number 2, and we're going to be back with it real shortly with the AMD Presents the Esports Club Showdown Valorant after just a short little break. And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the AMD Presents the Esports Club Showdown Valorant in association with Red Bull. It's going to be your boy Aggressive back with Universe once again on the hot seat, but at the same time, are the matches as hot as we would expect it? Yeah, if you're a Paper Rex fan, then for sure, 30 no. But if you're on the side of Team Exploit, they're not really having a good day now, are they? Let's head on down over to the map video screen to look at the score lines once more, because I don't know, man. Looking at the scoreline, it's really hard because it's 13-0. This is Paper X's worst map. And this is how it went down.
And now we're going to one of their best. Icebox is a map where Paper Rex are, they are literal titans. They, you want to call them Ares, you want to call them, whatever, the gods of war, you want to call them Athena, whatever you want, go ahead, call them, because they're as elegant as Athena, they're as powerful as Ares, they are just as dominant as Zeus. There's nothing that I think that Team Exploit cannot do that Paper X haven't thought of. It's something that they need to consider over and over again, and maybe pull out, I don't know, maybe at least a couple rounds in the first half. Make it 9-3. Hit the cursed score line. Try and make your way work from there. But even with the cursed score line, it's Paper X, and you just cannot take away what you know of these players to be. Forsaken and Jing, they were toying with their opponents, and you could see it.
That's true.
At the end of the match, I saw Forsaken was just laughing around. Jing was just having, a couple of laughters. They were competing amongst each other, and if they're in the same mood to do it again, well, I guess we're just gonna have to watch Exploit face off VLT in the lower brackets. But hey, to be honest, I don't see this as a loss per se. I think this is a great first-time exposure of Team Exploit to the international scene. They're gonna be. This is the first time they're facing anybody from apart from the scrims that they would have played, and an official match. This is the first time they would be facing any of these teams, right? They faced Lexius and they beat them. They beat Lexius really convincingly, and that was a great thing. Now, Paper X have shown that there is a whole other level to what these people bring on to the server, because they've played amongst the very best in the world at the VCD champions. They played everywhere, Paper X. And here, they're just showing, I think, maybe 15-20% of what they're actually capable of?
Yeah, at this stage, we have not really even seen the Paper Rex being unleashed now, have we? There's still a lot more this squad has to offer. And Team Exploit, they're only scratching the surface. If they back this squad against the wall right here and right now on the map of Icebox, I believe that the real fangs are about to show from this dominant squad soon enough. But I digress. We're going to be setting up game number 2 for just a little while longer, ladies and gentlemen. Just stick with us. Don't go anywhere. The teams are having a little bit of a technical difficulty, so we're inviting everyone to get back in already. But that's the thing. With all of these different factors coming into play, Paper Rex, they pretty much look untouchable for that very reason. They have too much confidence to work with, and Team Exploit, they're just backing into wall over and over again. They're not taking the bull by the horns and trying to throw it outside of the window. They're letting the bull just trample over them over and over and over again. Like, the bull is there, like, what's it called? The Matador? He has the cape. Yeah. He has the cape. He's, like, telling the bull to charge, but the bull doesn't charge at the cape. The bull charges at him. At the side of Team Exploit, they're not even trying to dodge him. They need to try and figure it out somehow.
It's not even like they're trying to dodge him. It's like they don't even expect them to come at them like that. But then, looking at Paper X be the bull that they are, it doesn't matter if it's
they're
red,
not even
green,
a bull anymore, dude. They're a bullet train.
Yeah, it doesn't matter if it's red, green, or black and yellow, which is their color. They're just gonna hit everything and anything in their way. We've seen this team, played at international levels at the very top. Right now, I just want to put a little bit of perspective here. Right now, Paper X, they themselves have been beaten by some teams of the top order 13-3, 13-4. But here, they are beating Team Exploit 13-0. They've beaten Global Esports 13-0. As we move to the agent selection, we'll talk about more about this, but let's have a look at what's going to be the lineup for both of these teams. I know exactly what Paper X are going to go for. It's going to be the exact same, except that there's going to be Killjoy involved. That's going to be the same. Benkai's going to pick it up. Mindfree's going to probably play that. Okay, they're changing it up. All right.
Okay.
Okay, I really expected a Killjoy to be present, but it's going to be on the side of TE. King's going to be picking it up. Shaka's gone for that Sage. Looks like the Sage is going to be a favorable one in this map. Shooter with his usual. Soulmate gone for the Viper, as HSB is probably going to pick up that Sova or the Sky, whatever he feels comfortable with. That's probably going to be it. Now, this match needs to begin with a front foot on the side of TE, because if they don't get the pistol, well, it's going to be another roller coaster of a ride that's just not, it gives them motion sickness more than fun.
It's not gonna look that good now, is it, for them? But hey, I digress. Give them a chance, and they can
Indeed.
do wonders. This is what I always say about a squad. You need to give them an opportunity to showcase their worth on the server. Yeah, they could lose out in the most horrendous 13-0 situation with not a single member dying from the opponent's side. Or this is how they try and build themselves. This is how they better themselves as a unit, and just to come back even stronger on the second map. It's all about that mental reset. And I told you this before, Valorant is a very mental-based game. Team Exploit, yes, they're the underdogs of this story. Yes, Paper Rex, they're absolute tyrants. They are the Titans in this situation. But at the same time, I do believe that this David versus Goliath story, the David can win. But he needs to be very witty. He can't just rely on his strength. He can't just rely on his sword. He needs to outsmart his opposition. And Paper Rex, they're using their own tools against them. It's like they're rushing into the awaiting arms of Team Exploit, and Team Exploit, they just need to deny it. Social distancing is key in this position, but that's not what's really happening now, is it? They're embracing all of the aggression coming in through Paper Rex, and that's what's really causing them to lose out on so many of their engagements. Icebox will allow them to be a little bit more crafty in the way they want to take these engagements, but at the same time, Paper Rex, they're not really giving Team Exploit any room to breathe. They have a chokehold on them, and they're just forcing them further and further back from any form of hope. It's like that light at the end of the tunnel. Like, you're getting closer to it, but it's going further and further away from you.
True, that is true. It's just, an unfortunate series of events that took place on the Sand. And I really hope that it doesn't go that way on Icebox. I want to see a little bit more competition come in from the side of TE. But hey, overall, this is just exposure for them. This is just absolutely what I was talking about earlier. PRX, when they've beaten teams like these, they have too been beaten up by teams like, of the same scoreline. And that should give us not just a little bit of an, assumption or an estimation as to where exactly these teams are standing right now, currently in the entire stage of the world in terms of Valorant, and also the fact that these guys are actually getting their first international exposure, right?
Yeah, that's true.
This is more about them trying to learn from their opponents. It doesn't matter that they've beaten up 13-0. It doesn't matter if they lose 13-11 even. It's just about them understanding what exactly is their position compared to these giants, how they can improve more, because you can see it. If the side of TE beat Lexius like the way they did 2-0, and that was really convincing, by the way. They were really meticulous about the way they played. They are so good. It's like Exploit is this elegant team. They're so elegant with the way they play, right? We love watching them. It's like a ballerina perform, and they are known for that, Exploit, as a team. That's how they play. But when it comes to matches like these where they get beaten up, at this point, you should realize, if you are a fan of TE, they are getting so much experience out of this. They will know the next time they do face them how to tackle this. And that counts for something, because they're still not out of this tournament, TE. They're going to go to the lower brackets and going to try and come through from there. So it's not done yet. Just hold on to your seats. Let's find out what's going to be the ending of Showdown, because we've got quite a number of teams here, and Aggressive and I and everybody let's jump into the game and find out who's going to be taking this one home.
It's gonna be a difficult one. That's for sure.
Really difficult.
I don't know, man. You just set the storyline so beautifully. TE, they shouldn't take this loss to heart if it does happen and it does go down to a loss for them. Just take this as a learning experience. Come back even stronger for the next one. Because now, with the positions prime and the shots to be taken, it's gonna be Jing. Of course it's Jing. Tell me one person that it's not gonna be.
Of course
Jing
it
just casually
is.
goes in. It just slaps two people. Takes them out.
No.
But still, King. He's gonna be good for one, but immediately gets traded out by Benkai. And it's already a 4 versus 2 situation. We just started the game, man. It's already done.
Yep. Yeah, Soulmate, as much as he would want, he's not going to find anything here. But HSB has actually found Forsaken. That's a little something. He pulls out one in the bag. A couple of more tricks to come. He's waiting for his teammate to circle around from mid and come to him. And they're going to take this fight. But Jing is already finding HSB's life, trickling down to 25. That recon, not going to be wielding any sort of information. As Jing is just going to be taking out another one. Third for him. Benkai looking for the headshot, but he's going to eat one himself. 1 versus 2. Soulmate playing around. Finds the first kill of Davai, but Benkai shuts it down. And the pistol goes yet again. That could have probably been the first round that the side of T could have won. But Soulmate, because he was on that rope, unfortunately, the classic right click is nerfed. And on that rope, it's just even more worse.
Yep. The classic right click's not going to be in his favor, but what is going to be in the favor of Paper Rex is the first initial round for them. Already, positions prime, angle set, guns are loaded, and hey, you can see how many Vandals is that? One Vandal and a Phantom, sure, buddy. Go in for it. They're looking for these kills, and Jing is hungry for even more.
There is a stack here. 4 players from the side. Oh, they've been detected. And somehow King and HSB find 2. Jing gets 3 though. Heals himself
Okay,
up.
he just double heals.
Okay.
He just doesn't care, dude. This is not old Reyna, this is new Reyna.
Well, Soulmate, he's just gathering up as many ultimate orbs as he can. He picked up one towards B in the first round, picks up one towards A in this round.
Spike planted.
At least when he gets that Viper Spit, maybe something can work out, but so far, it's already another PRX dominance being shown in the first 2 rounds. And I don't really think that Soulmate would want to save Justice Classic. I really think he should just give away his life. Maybe go for some kills, but people are so far away from him, I don't think he's going to find anything. Waiting for the spike to take his life. But Jing
look at
says
Jing's
no.
crosshair placement, dude. Just takes him out immediately. Poor old Soulmate didn't even know what hit him. He swings out, he takes the fight, but that's going to be another 0-2 scoreline. And Jing, just absolutely no emotion on this man. He's killing everyone. He's doming them in a matter of seconds. And this guy's just, look at him. He's like, oh, it's just another day in the office. It's time to chill. Just to wait. And I can see the Kermit the Frog in the back one there, bad guy. Kermit be like, time to Kermit Shuashan. But that's not going to be the case here now, is it?
Well, HSB. Recon darts exchanged, and that's not going to make any difference for PRX as they charge forward. Forsaken at... okay, shooter. Beautiful shot. He's suddenly woken up, and he's gotten a great kill. And they're moving straight in. Shock has been found out. They're spamming him down, and he's going to go down. Forsaken survives with 10 HP, and Jing finds another.
They're looking for a lot more to work with than Jing. Jing. This guy's been the only player that keeps on showcasing over and over again. Shooter's gotta be cut for a double one. But still, it's just not gonna be enough for a squad now, as Jing's gonna be the one to good for the trade. And now, once again, Soulmate, stuck in a clutch situation. This guy can pull off miracles, but today, it's just not gonna happen, not against Jing. Another one. This guy's just a 4K machine. He gets an A, sometimes he gets a 3K, but what he can consistently get are those 4Ks, man. Jing, he is the literal demon for the side of Paper Rex. And their shots, they're hitting true. 3 rounds, man. 3 rounds and he has 11 kills. You add up all of the kills from the opposition team together and it's still not 11.
Indeed. This is just absolute domination. Jing supremacy in the works here. Forsaken. He spots out one. He wants to go for the kill. Soulmate still, they know that he's capable and they're giving him a little bit of respect before they completely decimate him. As the wall goes up from the Sage. And PRX in prime position to win this. Davai gets one with the shock dart. And I mean, what can you actually do in this situation? Forsaken just taps out. Oh, okay,
One enemy remaining.
all right.
I guess, sure. Why the hell not? That's gonna be the case here. Another one for him and poor old Shiga. He's gone. There's nothing that he can do about it. Shaka gets taken out in a matter of seconds. And with that, that's 0 and 4. Another round down the drain already. I can see the pandas in the background. They're staring into the soul of Jing and be like, do you have no heart? And Jing is like, no. No, I don't. That's Paper Rex for you right now, ladies and gentlemen. They're just running around the entire map as if they own the place. They are the Mafia Dons. And it feels like Team Exploit. They're like those random kids that just walked into a battlefield.
Yeah, wrong place at the wrong time. As HSB finds an advantage for his team. First time in many rounds, including the previous one. But Jing, he's just so good. Individually tearing through this side. Spots out another.
Oh my god. Headshot
Somebody
machine.
Stop this guy.
One enemy remaining.
Oh my, yeah, no, dude. No, please.
No.
No.
No. How many 4Ks was that? Anyone keep it count in chat? Can you just...
I think that was the third. That makes it 12 kills in just 4Ks. And I mean, I think do they want to give him his ace? Soulmate.
Just give him the ace.
No. We got Mind Freak around here.
Oh, he's
running
giving
away.
it to him. He's
Yeah.
giving it to him. Come on, Jing. Run for it, man. He wants that ace. He knows exactly where Soulmate's gonna be.
Oh
Swing
my
out.
god,
That's
2
a good
aces.
ace. One ace on map number 1 and another ace on map number 2. Jing, he's getting highlight reels out of this game for days. And he can't even say anything about this. All of these players on the side of Team Exploit, they're also Radiants. They are the top echelon on Valorant right here and right now. But against Paper Rex, feels as though Jing, he's just a cut above the rest.
If you go to the leaderboards right now, you're gonna find PRX Forsaken at number 1 of the leaderboards. You're gonna find Jing among the top 10. You're gonna find Davai among the top 20, and pretty much everybody among the top 50. So that gives you a lot of a storyline as to what you would consider these players to be.
Demons. They're like ranked demons and also tournament demons. They're every form of the greater demon that you can think about. But now Forsaken, he's finally gonna be able to get himself on the board once again. He's like, yo, hey, I'm a really good player as well. Don't steal my thunder like this. And Forsaken's gonna be good for another kill, but immediately gets traded out by King on the back end of it all. Shock darts are not gonna be supreme. Good chunks of damage being given onto one, and Jing finally gets shut down by HSB. Good use of utility from this man, but just not gonna be enough. It's gonna be Davai finding that lineup beautifully, getting a 0 and 6 on the scorecard for his side. And hey, Exploit, they're trying, but it's just not working out for them at all. Smiles on his face. Look, this guy actually smiles.
Yeah, I don't know whose smile is better. Is it the Kermit smile or is it
Right here.
Jing's smile.
Yep.
I think we all love Kermit a little bit more. Sorry, Jing, but Kermit's just Kermit.
Well, I wouldn't blame him. Kermit is a beautiful frog. As a shooter, he's trying to maybe find himself a little bit of a beautiful round. Starting off with the first kill, that should help him. Nobody's gonna be giving it to him. Here comes out the Hunter's Fury from the side of the defense, and here comes out from the attack as well. Both of them exchanging this. The Vi, he is in a compromised position. They could shoot him down. Shooter could give a wallbang, but he's holding on to his scope. He wants the perfect shot, and he's gonna get it. Mind Freak's gone down, but Jing's gonna hit back. Forsaken's going down. Shooter's making it work. And here we go. Shooter eats a couple of spam bullets, but he's still alive. Jing could have delivered the final blow to him if he had given one more bullet. But they're making work. The defender killjoy turret, the ultimate comes in, and PRX are pushed back, but they're still not running away. Benkai is still getting kills. 3 versus 3.
Benkai, how do you get away with that?
Yeah.
He just finds a random kill on towards the face of poor old HSB. Swings out. He thought that maybe he could get that, but it's just not gonna happen for him.
30 seconds
And
left.
now, Team Exploit, they have a 3 versus 3 situation. This is the most even odds that they ever had, but do you really call it even? If there's a demon on the other side, it's gonna be the Exorcist here. Because Jing, he's looking to claim your soul.
That is true. Jing has crawled in towards mid. He's probably gonna find soulmate.
Oh, dude, he
He's
walked
crawled
straight
in. Yep, he walked in, and look at that. He's found soulmate. The plan will go down. No!
No,
Oh my
dying!
god, the timing! TE win their first round in about, I don't know what, 13 plus 6. My math is weak. In about 20 rounds, including the first map. This is their first round. And it came on the basis of timing.
Well, it worked. I guess they did get this, and the side of Paper Rex, they just overthought the situation and they lost a round for it. But it's fine. 1 round. They just gave it all away. But doesn't really change anything? Not really, because this round was won purely based upon timing. Not really based upon pure individual prowess as a unit. So, Shooter, he's been doing good. He's been taking a lot of good shots, but that's not gonna be good enough. Oh my god!
No. No.
Forsaken? I want to know, are you
really-
playing Game Lab out here or are you playing the game of Valorant?
Last player
He
standing.
goes up top,
really-
just takes everyone.
You know, I really thought that as soon as they won that first round, they're gonna have a confidence boost, like, you know, yeah, let's go, come on, we can't do this. And then Forsaken goes ahead and just does what he does best. Shooter gonna get a couple of complimentary kills here. That's pretty much the end of his story. He's probably gonna get tapped down by Mind Freak. No, it's gonna be Devi to get another one. As, by the way, just to remind you guys, it's been 8 rounds. And Jing's on 20 kills. 20. The next closest to him is Forsaken, and he's on 8. Just a small reminder. You know, nothing too
all of
much.
the kills. I'm adding up all of the kills right now.
7,
And
4, 3.
it's still not 20 kills if you add up all the kills from the side of the defenders.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just... Oh, soulmate! Ambitious! But
I think
only
Forsaken's
to
a
his
little
death.
bit more ambitious.
Oh, those shock darts are gonna hit him. He's... What the
he
hell?
doesn't care. Hey,
Okay.
Asuna, is that you? Asuna, is that you?
Are you kidding me? Okay,
I think
another
Forsaken
ace
just shadowed
coming
it.
in. King, he's just playing around right now. Benkai is waiting. Forsaken throwing down a smoke to deny. I think Mind Freak doesn't want to give him the ace, and he's not going to.
Of course, he's not gonna give it.
Forsaken threw down his smoke so that his teammate could not take it away from him. But Mind Freak, he did anyway. Look at this guy. Look at his face. He's just undeterred.
He doesn't care. He's just having fun down here. He didn't even smile, man. Like, give us a smile. Give us be like, YOLO! Just say something. He's not giving anything here. He's just like, oh. I do this every single day. I've been in these trenches of Vietnam for a really long time. He's telling his story while just casually flicking his mouse around and just destroying the hopes and dreams of his opposition, being like, I'm a veteran. And there's a reason why I don't show any emotion. I swear to God, man, Forsaken, he's just a cut above the rest.
Well, there's a reason he's #1 in the region, at least in Radiant ranks. Soulmate with this Viper's Pit could look to put up #2 on the board. Forsaken's been hurt. He dashes in towards this corner. Jinx found Soulmate, and just the one what he was gonna get. Soulmate immediately traded out. Forsaken finds another. Benkai adds onto it. An aggressive. This is number 9. Inevitable.
Yeah, it's just gonna happen. Forsaken
God.
casually just taps out a couple of people, takes those shots, and just sends them back home immediately. It's not looking that good for them now, is it?
I love, the only thing I love really, really so much about these guys of Paper X are their aim is so snappy good. Look at this. They know exactly anything and everything that pops on their screen. Take its head straight off.
They're just that quick. That's the
They're
amount of time they have invested into the game. Like, you can see it. 10,000
Yeah.
hours, 5,000 hours. Let it be whatever. These guys have done it all.
Well, it looks like they are waiting to finish this up as soon as possible. Jing, as much of a menace you are, TE are feeling it clearly out of every single vein, every single nerve that they have. Shaka, unfortunately, is having a really bad game. He's not been able to put up a single kill still.
Can you blame the man?
Not really.
Yeah.
When PRX is playing like this, there's nothing you can do. And the coach of PRX here, well, he must be proud of his team going this way.
Yeah, his team is like already prepped up. There's so many shots being taken. There's so much value being given out that you will wonder what exactly all the members of Team Exploit can even do. Confidence is key, and hey, I can see that Jing, he has that mouse to say it all as well. He's using a Starlight universe. You know what is the Starlight, right? The final mouse Starlight?
Yeah. Of course.
That thing is just a thing of beauty, just like Jing. His aim, his
Cotton
movement.
candy.
It's just too good. But do you know what is better? Other than a can of Red Bull, of course, that you can get from scanning the QR code down below.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be that Kermit the Frog. And I think that HSB, he's challenging his inner Kermit.
Oh, he probably needs it right now.
He needs that Red Bull.
He needs the Red Bull. He needs the Kermit. Whatever he needs it right now because...
He needs a big hug, man.
Yeah. I mean, if you would, think about what do you think TE would need to probably make this, 9-3, maybe, if that's possible at all?
Personally, I would say that they just need a small bit of a confidence boost. They just need to take their engagements together as a squad. Every single time I see all the members of Team Exploit get killed, they're not really peaking together, and they are very, very quiet in the way that their comms are taking place. It feels like one player dies, and none of the members of Team Exploit, they know how they died. No one's reacting at all. It's just like, you snap your finger and 3 people are dead, and no one's looking in the right direction. And while from the side of Paper Rex, everyone's looking in the right direction. They find every single kill. Just one play from Forsaken says it all. He went on top of the tube, and he killed out 3 people. 3. HSB, he had vision on top of him, but still no kills were going out. They thought that he's not going to stay there, but Forsaken just doesn't give a damn. He's walking around the place like he owns it.
Yep. And now that the tech pause has completed, we're gonna go straight back in the game. Ladies and gentlemen, TE, they're looking for a second. They really, really want it. And you can see they're immediately rotating. You can see the rotations come in. 3 of them are on A now. But is that enough to keep out the side of PRX, who have been completely dominant? Soulmate's already down less than half HP. See how it turns out. Forsaken yet again in the same dangerous position. It's gonna be Benkai to take out Soulmate. Forsaken finds 2. Shooter immediately hits back, but Mind Freak is gonna bring back Jing to life. As Shooter in a 2v4 along with his teammate King. is just gonna have to look at
Enemy remaining.
each other die. As Devi and Jing put up another 2 kills, and it's gonna be 10-1.
Last round in the half.
Oh boy. It's 1 and 10 already. How much more can you do on the side of the other end? Paper Rex, they're just throwing out guns, they're checking out skins, and they're like, oh, give me that skin, give me this skin, give me this skin. They're just throwing out all of the Vandals down on the ground, and they're like, oh, come over and pick it up. We got the Vandals for you right here. 2 Spectres on the opposition team, so hey, if they walk over down to the spawn of Paper Rex, they can get some free guns for themselves, free real estate. But that's it. HSB, he's gonna be able to take down Jing. Here comes Shooter. Okay, problems.
That is so
Okay, problems
nasty.
are not solved, sorry. It's gonna be Soulmate going for 1 for 1. Soulmate's gonna be good for a second one. And now this changes everything. Benkai, he's stuck in a 1 versus 2 situation. Not looking that good for him now, is it? He needs to clear out a lot of different angles before he can even go in for this push. Shega, he's got the first initial dig. Good shots from this man. And now King just going for the rat. Knife the man if you want to, because at this stage, you deserve to get this one. Smoke's gonna go down. Free kill for him. And that's gonna be another run on the board coming on down through from the side of Team Exploit. Finally, they answer back with good shots from HSV and of course Shooter.
Oh boy, that was a round and a half from the side of TE. Could have gone wrong many ways, but they pull it out. And I really like it. I really like it. A good job from them. And especially that man right there, Soulmate. He's been a little bit of a menace. He's been the only problem that I think that, you know, the side of BRX are facing. Even in the first map, Soulmate was getting these frags back and forth. A couple of them at least. Once he did, he managed to get at least 1 kill or 2 kills in at least 1 or 2 in at least 2 rounds once. That was something that worked out for them. And now Forsaken in the pistol has gone up deep, and he might just find the first kill easy. Dashes away, but it's gonna be King. Mind Freak though gets 1 return. They're going here towards the B main still. They're not afraid. Mind Freak getting more value being executed here. As one after the other, they just keep falling. As another 4K for another member of PRX, almost like it's a daily business for them.
What will it be this time?
Hey, they're dealing out the 4Ks like you deal out poker cards in a casino. That's literally what it looks like. He's like, you have a 4K, you have a 4K, you have a 4K. Everyone's gonna get something like this. But I don't know what else to say. Like, Team Exploit, they're just outmatched. PRX, they're just a better team, and Team Exploit, the only thing they can hope for is to just try their hardest and maybe, just maybe, get a learning experience from this. It's all that they can hope for. It's 2-11. 4 spies are gonna come on down through. It's either go big or go home here. If they lose out on this round, they have nothing. They have 0 chances of bringing this one back for a possible comeback, even if they get this round, that is.
True. Benkai gonna get detected here, not able to take out the recon. Mind Freak escapes to safety somehow, but Benkai, he's fighting with the turret, and it's gonna be someone to take him out. Look at Forsaken though, with the Guardian coming from the back line, just gonna try and make everything his. HSB takes him out. Devi with another. Jing comes in, and he's gonna clean things up. Jing wants it all, and he is gonna get it all. 12-2, and might just be over now, Aggressive.
Come on, Jing. What was that shot, man? He just, like, turns around, does a quick 180, and he just casually taps him. Like, there's reaction speed on this man. I honestly thought that he pre-fired it. That's how quick it was. He didn't even react to it, dude. It was just a pre-fire and a half from this man. 2-12. Heading on down over to the last round of possibly this entire set. Team Exploit. Do we just call it off? Do we just say that it's not possible anymore? Because Forsaken should be good for his first initial kill. Both Jing and him, they already know what's up.
Oh my god. Okay. Another 3K for this man. It's like they're selling like hotcakes. And PRX have defeated the side of TE in the most dominating fashion. Beautiful stuff here. I really, there's nothing that any of us can say about this because we know for a fact that these players are just crazy good. And defeating a team like TE 13-0 and 13-2 back to back is nothing short of a feat that you need to be really proud of. They're going to be moving up ahead into the upper brackets with complete and utter ease. No problemo whatsoever for them. And Team Exploit, I really hope they don't take this loss to their head. It's all right. It's completely okay. They just need to consider this as experience and move on further on. That's just the entire story there is. Consider this as experience, know where you stand, see what you can do, go back to the WOD, review it, see what exactly is it that went wrong, and just work on those mistakes. Even if you work it halfway through, if you come up to 13-5, 13-6, that's still an improvement, right? That is still an improvement, and that's something that they need to, think about more than the loss here because they're still not out. They are going to be going down to lower brackets. They are going to be able to move further in the tournament, but just have to now fight for their lives in the tournament from the lower bracket, like the rest of the teams down there. And I mean, really aggressive. What more can you say about this matchup? There is analysis, like it's just thrown out of the window.
Yeah, it just doesn't exist. How do you analyze someone's mechanical skill? And that's what I really want to know. And how do you analyze RNG? Because just look at Forsaken. He got on top of ropes, he started running, and he didn't let go of his W key for like the entire duration.
Yeah.
Mind Freak just stole the ace, but we don't talk about that because it's Mind Freak. He doesn't care. He wants to make sure that the young gun known as Forsaken's like, calm down. Calm down. I know that you're young. I know that you have a lot of energy, but you're not going to get aces today. You're not supposed to post those clips on Instagram. It's the Esports Club's job to post those clips on Instagram instead. So make sure to follow us on our Instagram, ladies and gentlemen, to get all of these good stuffs going on the highlight reels that we are going to have posted up soon enough as well. Make sure to follow us there. But I don't know, dude. As the match highlights are going to get prepped up and ready from our end, you can say that Paper Rex, they're just a better squad here. There's not much else to say about it. Team Exploit, they didn't know how to counteract a lot of those different strategies. They were just not in their right elements. They were relying on their gunfights a little bit too much, and they just couldn't go in for the trades. The communication was just not on point as you would have hoped for. And it does happen from time to time. Your communication as a squad, they're not going to be at the best of its own capabilities, but as you just stated, brush it off, take this as a learning experience, come back even stronger. And that's the thing. Team Exploit, I personally do believe that going through the lower brackets, they can pat themselves on the back and be like, hey, we took 2 rounds against Paper X, so it's completely fine now, isn't it? Let's head on over to the match highlights, ladies and gentlemen. So we can relive all of the incredible frags from Paper X one more time and just see how stupid a lot of these kills were. We were just dumbfounded, our jaws dropping to the floor, being like, how, why, and what? How many cans of Red Bull did you have, Forsaken? I want to know that.
I don't even know. I don't know if it was because of those cans of Red Bull that he did not literally smile through any single kill or a 4 kill or a 3 kill, whatever he got. The man's having a face that just looks like he's in a war for his life. Whereas Jing was just, well, being himself.
Yeah, Jing was just being Jing. Just look at him. Look at his face. His panda on his monitor stands like, I can't believe you've done this. And like, I'm pretty sure the panda was staring at him. And then 2 minutes later, he's like, no, stop staring at me like this. I'm trying to kill people here. And then Forsaken's in the background like, oh, he's dealing with his panda. Let me go in for a 3K for myself. Like, it's just a symphony of kills coming on down through from everyone. And then there's Forsaken. Just look at this guy. You're playing Valorant out here, bro? You okay, bro? That's kind of my reaction, man. What else do you say?
I don't know. There's nothing much to say here. Paper X are just a level, a level. I think they're about at least 5, 6, 10 levels above any team that we've seen so far. Maybe, now that we're going to see them face off one of either. I think it's gonna be either. Is it gonna be either Louvre or Bleed? Right. I think it's gonna be
Yeah.
either Louvre or Bleed. Yeah, they're gonna be facing one of those two teams, and those are two teams that I think they have faced before multiple times in their own region. So that is going to be a really interesting match to watch. It is going to be one that we are going to be waiting for in the upper brackets, but in the lower brackets is where the real storylines are brewing up, ladies and gentlemen. We've got another match not to forget, GE versus Alter Ego, which I believe is going to be happening tomorrow, and that is going to throw things into a
Ooh,
mix
yeah.
again. Now, let me just throw this into perspective. VLT, Enigma, both have lost to, the SEA teams. These were both SA. TE have lost to an SEA team, and it looks like it's just going to be an SEA dominancy that's being shown so far. Are GE going to break suit, or are they going to follow suit? We're going to have to find out, but I just want to have a look at the group standings. I want to see the brackets and see where exactly this is all going to be leading up. But before that, let's have a look at the map veto screen and a recap as to what exactly has gone through between these two maps. 13-0. There's not much to recap, to be honest, but
Yeah, it's 13-0, 13-2. It was just a dominant showcase of mechanical skill.
I
From the
would,
side
you
of
know
Paper.
what? Honestly, I would have loved to see map number 3 come out, because Split is a map where I know that Team Exploit are really good themselves. If we had somehow seen a third map come in, I think this would have been a really, really amazing match to witness. But Paper X, man, these guys are just too good.
They're just a cut above the rest for a reason. This is why they have been to Berlin. This is why they are pretty much the ones that you always want to see now, aren't they? I guess it's fine. Like Paper X, they're here to teach everyone from the South Asia scene as well a lesson that this is what you're striving for. This is what you can become one day if you just keep on practicing. And Paper X, they're just getting better and better by the day, now aren't they? And in the AMD presents the Esports Club Showdown Valorant, they're just showcasing why they deserve to be here, why they won that prize pool of $7,000 under their belt. But the thing is, Universe, are they going to be able to get it? Because there's a lot of other teams who want that prize pool. And the competition is just going to get even better moving on down the line. The further in we go, the more the competitive drive, the more the passion, the more the drive to win just takes hold. You're going to be hungry for it. The adrenaline's going to be pumping. The bloodthirst is going to be rising through over and over. That's how it's going to go. And Universe, I'm really excited because all these squads, they're going to pull off something incredible.
Yeah, they most certainly are. Now we just have to wait and see what exactly is going to be the end of what exactly is going to be the end of this tournament. Are we going to see? It almost looks like Paper X are just probably going to be in the finals at this point. With the way
Yeah,
that
it
they're
does.
playing, there's nothing that's probably going to stop them. There's nobody that can stop them. Forsaken and Jing are a dynamic duo who are just they're just playing casually at this point. They're not even trying too hard. You can see it on their faces as well when they're playing. Jing, he's killing for fun. Forsaken's trying to match up to him. Devi on the backline is supporting them. Mind Freak is not letting Forsaken get aces. And we just have, everybody just moving around, having fun. Just what it is. And Ben Kai, the poor guy, he's just like, you know what? I'll have whatever I get.
Yeah,
He's
he's
just like,
like leftovers, man.
leftovers indeed.
He's like that middle child. Like, in a family, there's the older one that always gets scolded, the younger one who gets spoiled, and then there's that middle child who just gets forgotten. He's like sitting around in a corner being like, Mom, Dad. Mom and Dad be like, do I know you? That's Ben Kai right now in this situation. He's just stuck between an awkward position, but hey, he's still doing what he can to support his squad. The smokes are always there, and they take the end. They get the kills. They shine the brightest because of the support players that PRX have on their side. Yes, the fraggers are incredible, but you can never forget the supports now, can you? It's just like behind
Indeed.
any great man, there's always a woman. And in this case, behind any great player such as Forsaken and Jing, there's of course a person like Ben Kai to support him. And with that, honestly speaking, Team Exploit, they tried, but they just couldn't right now. Hopefully through the lower brackets as they fight their way through, they're going to be able to bring it back and do something a little bit more different, because these matches, This is not what they're capable of. Like, we know for a fact that Team Exploit, they can do a lot more. We have seen exactly how good they can be when they went up against the side of Lexius. But let's see what happens down the line in the lower brackets, because the lower brackets are shaping up to be something really spicy with all the South Asian teams heading on down over there. It feels like the upper side is the SCA scene, and then there's the Southeast Asian scene right at the very bottom, who are going to battle it out and take their revenge against all of the other Southeast Asian teams that are up at the top. But let's just see. Because Universe,
Yeah.
if Paper X are showing this form of dominance, I really want to see what the other Southeast Asian teams are going to be doing as well. Tomorrow's match of GE versus Alter Ego, that's going to get even better.
It most certainly is. GE, who are coming back after a long break, by the way.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Yeah, they've had a vacation, and I'm not quite sure if their holiday mood has gotten off of them. Or I really hope that I'm pretty sure that they've been practicing. I know that these guys have been in the grind for at least the last one and a half week, and I really hope that they've not lost their mojo as they did, because the minute they come back, they're going straight into an international tournament, and it is high stakes, $15,000 prize pool. $7,000 on the line if you win it, and anything of that sort. You just want to make it through as much as you can. Now, the only thing that GE need to do tomorrow is face off a team called Alter Ego, who, well, they are another Southeast Asian, juggernaut that you cannot take lightly. You just have to wait and watch what it's all going to unfold, because that is going to be another matchup for the SA teams to look at, because that now G is the only SA team that is left in the upper brackets. Everything else has been just taken over by the SEA, and there's nothing that we've seen that could make it any better for them. They just have to fight for their lives amongst each other, coming down to lower brackets. That's all there is left now. And there is going to be a couple of SEA teams dropping down as well. Don't forget that.
Yeah, of course. Like, come on, SCA versus SCA. Someone's gonna go down there at one point.
Yeah. It's either going to be Louvre or is it going to be Paper X? You never know. Maybe they have a bad day. Bleed Esports. You just have to wait and watch, because everybody is here for one of the biggest tournaments, and whether or not they are going to make it through, well, it's a question. Given who they're going to be facing is another question, because every moment that you think you're going to go up further, when we beat this team, we're going further, they're going to be like, oh no, we're facing them now. Oh, damn it. They're just having all this worrying about whether it's the upper brackets or lower brackets, wherever you go, there's going to be a team that's going to scare you.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, some teams are better against others. Some teams are going to be able to take down their opposition a little bit more. And with all of these SCA Titans just reigning supreme over at the very top, the gods, they're not going to be happy now, are they? Moving down onto the lowers, they need to fight their way back to try and take down their opposition once more. We are going to be holding on for just a little while longer, ladies and gentlemen. The video screen is just going to get prepped up and ready. The brackets, sorry, are going to get prepped up and ready. And as we are going to be waiting here, Universe, I want to ask you, initially when we started this tournament, you were expecting Team Exploit to go in for a win, take down E2S, and just be fine. But the matches between Velocity and Louvre, and of course there is the side of Enigma going up against their own matches, like, it really wasn't what we would have hoped for now, is it? Because it felt like 2-0. That really shouldn't have happened. Lead versus Enigma. It was so close. I was watching the entire game. You were casting it. You were having a blast. But then what happened even there? Like, it just felt as though Enigma, they had the opportunities. They were constantly going in for their own fights. And they were so close. They were neck and neck against Bleed. But slowly but surely, they just lost their touch and they just fell apart.
Yeah,
it feels like this is a storyline for a lot of these Southeast Asian teams. They take the fights, they're going head to head, and they just lose their composure and they fall apart immediately. And the Southeast Asian teams, they don't lose their composure at all. They have the same mindset throughout the entire match.
Yeah, that is true. They have their composure. And even when they're going aggressive, they know how to hold it down. They know how to hold on the ground. They know how to win those aggressive fights. They double up, triple up, quadruple up if need be. And they put such an impact. They're not afraid of taking fights. They go straight in for these duels. They put the pressure on the opponent. They know that they can do it. Whether they're on defense or offense, they know that they can do it, and they do it really well, honestly. And when it comes to moments like these where they know that, the opponent's going to be a little bit afraid of the pressure that they put on them, they're just going to keep pressing on that pedal. They're not going to let it go. They're not going to let it go until the last second of the game, because that pressure is what keeps them from exploiting the avenues that you could be giving to them as mistakes, right? And if you cover up those mistakes with pressure, well, they're not even going to look at them. They're just going to think, okay, how do we relieve this pressure first? Because they focus on that. They try to take duels more as a team. They focus on trading more than actually, executing their own strategies. That's what it comes down to. Because when you put that much pressure, you have your players going first. They're like, okay, you know what? He's going to kill him here. I need to get this trade. That's all there is in their mind at this point. I'm going to position here. It's all about trade games. They forget about strategies. It's about getting those kills to at least make yourselves even. That's it. Not even like having a man advantage. It's about making yourselves even.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's not really what a lot of these high-stakes Indian and high-stakes Southeast Asian teams are really doing now, are they? The Southeast Asian scene, yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. One kill happens, they're going for an immediate trade. But for South Asia, it feels as though there's a massive disconnect when it comes down to terms of the confusion. I understand. They're just really, really, I don't know what to say here. What's the exact wording for this? Let's say they're really scared to take a lot of these fights, and with a lot of the confidence being thrown out of the window, you can't really expect much from them now, can you? But hopefully in the lower brackets, they get their composure and they just, settle in a little bit more. Facing off against other South Asian teams should give them that little bit of a breathing room, being like, hey, we're back in our home ground. This is our element. We have faced these squads over and over again throughout our entire career as Valorant professionals. So it's going to be a breath of fresh air for them, and hopefully they're going to be able to settle into the tournament, because the nerves at the very beginning, it really does act up, especially when you're fighting for such a high stake prize pool of $7,000. Like, come on, man, $7,000? I would build myself an incredible computer from that. But as we do head on down over into the brackets, ladies and gentlemen, finally it's prepped up and ready. Thank you all for sticking with us and listening to us ramble for so long. As you can already see, it is going to be another loss, and with them heading on down, Team Exploit versus Exili, that's going to be our lower bracket game. Enigma versus E2S, going to be the second one. And Paper Rex versus the side of LVR. Oh boy, this is what I'm really waiting for. That's going to be one that I'm really hoping I get to cast.
Yeah, Paper Rex are going to be moving up to the upper bracket semifinals. And they are looking rare. They're raring to go. Bleed will be facing either one of Alter Ego or Global Esports, and that's going to be the matchup tomorrow. We're going to find Global Esports finally come onto the servers after a long, long time. And Velocity, well, they are going to be waiting for one of either Exploit or Exili to come forward. Now, this is going to be a long and turbulent journey in the lower brackets. You can see it already. Paper X, they win one more. They're already in the upper bracket finals, whereas the Velocity, they need to win at least two. The one they are in right now and the next one, which, by the way, it's going to be either the side of Bleed or Alter Ego or Global Esports are going to come down and face them. So there's so many crazy matchup possibilities here that you just cannot count out anybody at this point.
So many different answers to all of these. You don't really know who's going to be the one pushing it down now, do you? Team Exploit versus Exili. This is something that I'm really interested in, because I feel as though this match could get really spicy really quickly. But at the same time, Team Exploit, they are known to be literal juggernauts in their own right. Enigma on the other side going up against E2S. We know that Exploit, they struggle against Enigma, and if Exploit are able to take down E2S in such a quick succession, Enigma should really not have any problems to take them down. In a way, the storyline is pretty much set. It's already done and dusted, but what storyline is not done is Alter Ego versus Global Esports. We're going to be bringing this up over and over again, because possibly this is the most hyped up match in this entire tournament, up till now, that is, at the bare minimum, because we know what they're capable of. We know how good they can be and how incredible the match is going to be as well. And Universe, I'm going to be handing over the mic to you while I scan this QR code with my phone really quick to get myself a can of Red Bull. Just give me a sec, man.
Well,
Okay, got it.
he's doing that right now. I already did it, but yeah, this is
I need to
the
do it right
end.
now, dude. My can's still on.
Well, this is the end of today, in at least TEC Showdown. So, well, we're gonna have to wait because it's gonna be another one tomorrow. And I know that these matches are really exciting, really interesting, but one a day, one at a time is what keeps us at bay. You know, if we give it too much, it's gonna lose its mojo. So we're gonna keep the magic
Mhm.
alive, until the end of this month for this tournament to unwind the way it is going to.
Yeah, dude, the grand finals is just gonna get even better. It's just gonna get even more hyped. And if you don't want to miss any of that action, make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, and also hit that notification bell to get notified when we do go live. And hey, as you're hitting all of those buttons, make sure to check out the links down below in the description from the side of AMD if you want to get yourself a new processor as well. Because yeah, I understand some of the Ryzen 9s are really expensive, but we got Ryzen 5, we got Ryzen 7s, we got it all covered with a couple of discounts as well. A couple of 5%, a couple of 10%, 15%, everything's there. Go and check it out, see what suits your fancy for your next big upgrade. But for now, it's going to be your boy Aggressive, joined by Universe, signing on off. Thank you all for stopping by for this matchup, and we're going to be back with you tomorrow with a lot more high, intense, octane gameplay and action from the Esports Club with the AMD Presents the Esports Club Showdown Valorant. We'll catch you all soon enough.
every day goes by so fast. And every moment counts, baby, I don't wanna miss a thing. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, or hang out in hotel bars, driving somewhere in your car. We can sleep under the stars, we can sleep under the stars, under the stars.